welcome everyone to this Master Talk on economics. So thank you very much for those that are watching us at home and here in the room. So we have many of our professors and students from the Master in Economics. So it's a pleasure to be here today and hopefully tell you something that you don't already know about our Master. So let me try switch here. So my name is Katia Batista. I'm the current academic director of the Master. And as you probably already know, so we have these nice rankings. So the third best Masters in Europe for several years so far. And I'll start by telling you about the academic program, and then I'll give the word to our students, to the professors, so that you have a broad overview of the program. So let me start by telling you about how our master program is structured. So we know that in the first semester, you'll have to take the core courses, the usual ones, so microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics, and you'll have the space to take 2 half-semester electives from your areas of choice. Then in the second semester of this first year, you still have to take a compulsory econometrics course. So you can choose either microeconometrics or macroeconometrics or both. I mean, many of our students actually these days choose to take both. And then you have the space to take 6 more half-semester electives. Okay, and I'll tell you about areas of expertise from where you can choose these elective courses. Just in terms of structure. So at the same time that you are taking these courses in the first year, you also have these modules that you can take, modules like programming in Stata or R. I mean, you can take some modules on the ethics of public policy, for example. So modules are very diverse. They are short courses that you'll be taking in specific areas or specific times of the year. Okay, and then you'll have one more semester for your work project, which is most often in economics, the individual thesis, okay? So there are other formats. You can also do this work project, your thesis, together in groups working with external organizations, for example. But in economics, the most typical format for the work project is the individual thesis that you can do on a topic of your choice together with our professors. Okay, and so this is just a broad overview of the structure of our master. And now let me tell you a bit about our areas of expertise. And the first thing to say about areas of expertise is they are not mandatory. Okay, this is something that students can choose to fulfill or not. Many students, so when I talk to students that are just arriving at Nova, they say, you know what, in my bachelor's, I did not have the chance to try different areas. So what I want to do is take courses from many different areas, okay? I like macroeconomics, I like public policy, I like development. So I want to try a bit of everything, and that's totally fine. But in case you are interested in specific areas, you can fulfill these areas of expertise, and you have an extra line in your CV saying that you have specialized in a specific field, okay? So that's the idea of these areas of expertise. So currently, we have 5 different areas of expertise available for students in the Master in Economics. The first one is international development. The second one is macroeconomics and financial markets. The third is public policy. So these 3 areas are exclusive to the students in the Master in Economics. And then we have 2 other areas of expertise that are shared with other masters. So we have this one on banking, financial regulation and supervision, which is together with the Master in Finance. And we have this business and data analytics that is together or shared with the Master in Finance and the Master in Management. Now, one question that students often ask when they start is, so what does it matter to do economics for these areas of expertise that are shared with other masters? And the difference are those compulsory courses that you have to take in the first year, where you always take macroeconomics, microeconomics, and then these courses, various courses on econometrics. So it means that you'll have a much more analytical background, say, than if you do the same areas of expertise when coming from a Master in Finance or a Master in Management, okay? Even though the elective courses will be shared, the background that you bring when you do the Master in Economics is fairly different, okay? So that's the thing that I would say distinguishes these options. Okay, I'll be brief here. just briefly describing the different areas of expertise. So what happens in all areas of expertise is you have one or two core courses that you must take in order to get that extra line in your CV saying that you are an expert in international development, for example, and then you have a list of courses from where you fulfill your need for requirements. So, for example, in international development, you have that the core courses are development economics and policy evaluation, and then you have this set of courses that that can all be used to fulfill the elective requirements for this area of expertise. Okay, then, for example, in macroeconomics and financial markets, core courses will be investments, macro theory, empirical macro, and then you have this long list of courses from where you can choose, okay? So this list is particularly long because, because this area is at the intersection of macroeconomics and finance, many of these courses are actually finance courses. But again, the advantage here is that you'll be able to take these finance courses, whereas you also get the analytical training from the Master in Economics. For public policy, so the compulsory courses here are policy evaluation and public policy. And then again, you have this list of elective courses that you can take to fulfill your requirements. Then banking, financial regulation, supervision. So here the core courses are banking and investments. And again, you have here some courses also at the intersection with finance, but very specific for this area of regulation and supervision of the banking industry. And finally, data and business analytics. For these areas of expertise, you have a single core course, which is data curation. And then you have here these other courses, again, that are shared among the different masters at NOVA that you can take to fulfill the requirements for this area of expertise. So it's a bit fast, but this is the basic idea, is that there are 5 areas of expertise that if students wish, they can fulfill and add this extra line to their CVs. Okay, then before you start, often people need to brush up on their quant skills, and so we have one bridging course that is the Advanced Maths and Stats that is strongly recommended. It used to be part of the econometrics course. Okay, it was taken out because students were complaining they were spending too much time revising stuff and not spending enough time covering new material. So that's why we got this into this. This course is taken in the last week of August before students start. And so this is strongly recommended. Then for those students that do not have such a solid quantitative background, we also offer, it's online, it's flexible, it's throughout the month of August, this basic maths and stats course. Okay. So this is I had to say about academics. And now I'll tell you about, well, a lot more going on, and I'll have our students helping me doing so. But let me first of all tell you about something that is very specific of NOVA, which is this odd thing of knowledge centers. Okay, knowledge centers are, well, if I can say, are groups of people with common research interests. So here you'll find professors, researchers, students, all working in different projects. And these projects can be research, they can be consultancy. These are just ways for you to apply your economics knowledge, to develop, to check if you really are into, maybe more research, more consulting, and also learn more about these areas in applied ways. Okay, so we have these economics knowledge centers, namely the economics of education, economics for policy, environmental economics, finance, health, and Nova Africa, which is international development. Okay, so we actually have here professors that are involved with each of these groups, and I'll give them the word towards the end. Okay, but the idea, and one of the questions that people usually ask students is, then how do I become a part of this center? And these centers are typically very flexible. Okay, so if you are interested in any of these topics, you should just approach a professor or another researcher or a student, fellow student that is already working there. And typically, you'll find ways, even in this very informal way, to collaborate in projects that are ongoing in these centers. Okay. And then student clubs. Okay, student clubs, they are not all here because they are just so many. As you can see, we have clubs here that are built around, common research interests, such as the Nova Economics Club or the Nova Active Student Group, but we also have sports like the running or surf or rowing. So we have a variety of students getting together in these clubs, and they are obviously open for, any students that join Nova. And I guess here, that's where I give the word to our students who say, some more about their experience at Nova. So I'll start by asking Niklas Scherf. He's the master student representative. Niklas, please come here, and he'll be telling you about his experience in the master so far.
Thank you very much. So one thing to say is that last year there were about 100 students, which makes it actually very cool that everyone knows each other, and especially when it comes to group work, which we at Nova, the work is, let's say, very efficient, and but at the end also funny because we just know each other all together, let's say. As Katja also mentioned, we have many clubs here, and I know from a lot of students, they really engage a lot, for example, in the surfing club, and it really defines the state of life. They can really see who's in a surfing club or who's in another club, and I like to see that because in my bachelor university in Germany, for example, we didn't have this. And what Katja also mentioned is that, which was for me an important help or important reason to choose Nova, was actually that we can have this area of expertise. And especially, for example, I chose international development because for me it's very interesting to know what really helps or improves life of the others. And especially here at Nova, with Nova Africa, which will be introduced as well soon, there's also strong hands-on experience available, let's say. That was, I don't know, just a short roundup of all points.
Yes, okay, so we have more students to share. Maybe Enrique, you can come next. And so, Enrique will introduce himself, but he's also involved with the Nova Economics Club. And so,
yes, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming here to this session. So let me just tell you 2 or 3 things very quickly. So my name is Enrique. I was a bachelor student in economics here at Nova. And I'm now also doing my master's in economics here at Nova. So in my case, I'm doing an area of expertise of macroeconomics and financial markets, which is more the research topics that I'm interested in. And I'm also currently the president of the Economics Club. So I want to tell you a little bit about the Economics Club. So as Professor Katja mentioned, we have a lot of clubs here at Nova, which are a big part of the experience you get to have here besides classes. And the Nova Economics Club was a club that was founded in 2011. It has a big history of doing economic research, and it is exactly what we are most doing. So we do economic research with several institutions. So not only the knowledge centers that you saw in the presentation, but also with other institutions, such as, for example, central banks, or also several cabinets of the Ministry of Finance or the Ministry for the Economy. So, and this is a part of Nova that is quite important, which is this opportunity for you to be able to do more than just classes. So you have a lot of things you can do. You have an amazing campus that you can explore. And so I believe that Nova, in fact, gives you the tools for you to fulfill your full potential. Another thing that I wanted to briefly mention, I also believe Professor Katja will talk about that soon, is about scholarships. Okay, so don't not apply to Nova if you have troubles with funding. So always apply, because we always try to find a way for all of us to come. So your income and your wealth should not be an obstacle for you to come, for you to continue your studies. So in my case, I'm in a program which is the Nova SBE Fellowship for Excellence. You can also search more about it on the site. So yeah, I hope that you apply to Nova. I hope you choose our Masters in Economics, and I hope to see you hopefully next year. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Enrique. So now we'll give the word to Mara, who will.
Hi, I'm Lara. I'm actually not a master's student of economics anymore. I already graduated last May. And
What's notable about Nova is that the program is relatively
a lot of interaction with professors. For instance, when we had to find a supervisor for the master thesis, it was very easy to just approach professors, maybe even send them a message on WhatsApp about when to have the next meeting. So I think it's a very informal and collaborative environment here. Yeah, I'm actually applying for a PhD at the moment, or I have applied. I will start one in fall. And I think, yeah, Nova prepares you really well for both sides. So if you want to go and work at firms, consulting, etc., but also if you want to choose a more academic career path and yeah, maybe pursue a PhD after your master's here. Yeah, apart from that, what can I say? Quality of life. You're right by the beach is not so bad either. So I think that is also a point to take into account when applying or deciding to come to Nova. Yeah, and I think I will hand over to Till, who did the master's with me and also still works here.
Hey, so I'm Till. Nice to meet you. I was in the same cohort with Lara, and now I'm the fourth person. So I tried to cover stuff that we maybe didn't have yet. What I'm currently doing is I work with the Environmental Economics Knowledge Center, which I enjoy a lot, and I'm trying to build a freelancing career in data science and environmental topics, also staying in Portugal. And Lara and I are not the only people that do that, so which could tell you a lot about the way of life here in Portugal, living close to the beach, which also makes it relatively easy to separate your life and your performance at Nova from your day-to-day life. So it's really, you can have a break for an hour at the beach, and that really relaxes your mind. That's super nice to have. One thing that we didn't cover yet is how you learn at Nova, which I found very, very nice because it's a good mix between a lecture-based approach, also having group work and working together with people on continuous projects and assignments. So I come from a university where it was very much assignment based, and others come from universities that are more lecture based. And here I had the feeling that there's a common ground, and I can only reiterate the close connections that you have to professors. It's really easy to reach them, send a mail, in some cases even a WhatsApp. They reply really fast and are open to help. And yeah, I think that's all I can say. Only positive things, and I give the word to Katja again.
Thank you very much, Till, and thank you very much, everyone, for your testimonies. I think if I can, in case you, our prospective candidates are wondering about which master to choose, I think one of the things that distinguishes economics master, in addition, of course, to the topics, to the knowledge background, precisely this idea that we are a smaller group than other masters. So other masters at Nova, and in other schools, obviously, have typically hundreds of students. Nova, it's just one section. So, we go up to 100, usually not so much. And this allows for us to have a bit more interaction between students and also with faculty and researchers. Okay, so now I think, before giving the word to the professors that are here willing to talk to you, let me just go on and maybe tell you a bit about other aspects of the master. So one thing that, was also mentioned here, but just very briefly, was careers, career prospects, performance of our master graduates. Here's some technical problems.
So let me just repeat the statistics. I was just giving
On the performance, job market performance of our graduates. So 100% of them are working up to 6 months after graduation, and more than half, 60%, are working outside of Portugal when they graduate, okay? So students in our master, typically they choose to work in many different parts of the world outside of Portugal, okay? And now in terms of who are our top recruiters, what are our top sectors, okay, there is a variety. I think that's another thing that the Master in Economics gives you, is that because of this analytical training, I mean, you can do pretty much anything you set to do, well, within bounds, of course. But okay, so we have students that work in areas more related, say, to economic policy and consultancy, but we also have students that go and manage large firms or banks and financial institutions. So it's really very broad in terms of sectors of what we can do with this training. And I think this kind of top recruiters shows exactly that. So some of them are national, like the Competition Authority or the Bank of Portugal, even though I think lately for our macroeconomics graduates, most of them are going to the European Central Bank. I think that's our most frequent recruiter for macroeconomics graduates. We also have a lot of students that decide to do economics consulting, okay? So RBB, NERA, and other consultants are hiring our graduates very often. Then we have many students also going into international organizations like United Nations or the World Bank. And then, of course, I mean, one outcome, one career that is also taken by a few, I mean, it's just a few of our students, as Lara was mentioning, is the academic route, okay? So we have had PhD or master students that want to pursue a PhD, and they are going to different parts in the world, but very excellent universities, which is also a possible outcome of these masters. So yeah, I think that's it as a summary. Okay. Now, some students want to also have an experience not only studying in Portugal, but also going abroad, and that is possible. That will require an extra semester, okay? So you'll have to stay an extra semester, and you have different possibilities. One of them is just go abroad one semester on an exchange program. Nova has more than 200 exchange agreements, so the problem is it will be difficult to choose. It's a bit like the elective courses that some students say it's too many, and actually some students decide to take an extra semester just so that they can take more of the elective courses. So, well, so you'll have a problem of choice maybe, but I think, I mean, you'll be well served if you wish to take one extra semester to spend some time studying outside of Portugal. Then there is another option, which are the double degrees. The double degrees are joint between Nova and these three universities, so Louvain in Belgium, INSPER in Brazil, and LUIS in Italy. And so in this case, you'll spend 1 year at Nova, 1 year at the partner institution. And finally, there is the SAMS-MIM program. So this is the Master in International Management. So what you do is you take the regular economics first year courses, and then you have an extra year that you also spend abroad, and where you'll develop some of your more management-related courses. So these are just possibilities for an extra semester for students wanting to have a part of their master abroad. Now, very important, Enrique has already mentioned scholarships. Okay, so the message, and I'll just repeat the words that Enrique said, please do not be discouraged by tuition. So whenever you feel that you need financial support, just apply and signal your need for financial support. So we really do not want anyone to be left behind just because they don't have financial support. So we have scholarships for our need-based. We also have scholarships that are merit-based. So when you apply, okay, if the admissions office identifies, I mean, a very top profile in terms of CV, of merit, you'll be automatically awarded a reduction in your tuition. Okay, then as I mentioned, we have the need-based tuition reduction programs, and we also have these Nova Africa scholarships for sub-Saharan African students. I guess the bottom line is, please always apply and just let us know that you need support, and we'll try to work with you. In addition to these programs. There are also programs for loans, subsidized loans, loans that you do not have to pay until you find a job. So there's a wide range of possibilities in terms of financial support, and the admissions office will work with you to try and find the best solution for you. Okay, so now, well, there's Q&A, but there is something more important, which is our professors that are here with you. So we'll just turn the camera now. And I'm not sure, I could introduce you guys, but maybe I can pass the microphone and you can briefly introduce. I don't know if someone can help me.
What? Do I need to stand? Okay, I can stand. No. Okay, so my name is José Tavares. Let me take out the mic. I'm a professor of political economy, European economy, and I'm part of the Economics for Policy Knowledge Center and interested in any work related to political issues, intersection with the economics.
So hello, everyone. My name is Pedro Vicente. I'm a professor in development economics. I work a lot with development in African countries. I do quite a bit in the intersection of development and political economy. We work quite a lot in terms of field work with Mozambique, Guinea-Bissau, Angola. And that's it. So I hope to see some of you next year.
So hi, my name is, I should stand up, okay. So hi, my name is Pedro Brinca. I do not teach in masters, but I regularly supervise master students. My field is in macro. I typically supervise maybe 4 or 5 students a year. Some with a profile that I want to follow for PhD, and we've been very successful in placing some of those in the PhD program here at Nova and abroad. And students who also want to start a career as analysts in other international or national institutions. So I guess we've been pretty successful at that. If you're interested, more than welcome to help. Who's next? I'll go to the mask as well. Hello, my name is Miguel Ebert Freitas. I'll be lecturing macroeconomic analysis. My area of expertise is macroeconomics, and I also support students in their work projects, mostly in monetary economics or in economic growth or any topic related to macroeconomics. It will be a pleasure to meet you here next year.
Good.
Hello, my name is André Silva. I work in macroeconomics, especially monetary economics and the links with the financial markets. For the masters, I teach courses. One is macroeconomics of financial markets, that the connection between macro and financial markets. And the other course is numerical methods for economics and finance, which develops analytical skills to use the computer and solve problems with the computer. So one thing that we have in our Masters in Economics is that it develops our analytical skills to use it in various situations. And this is something that we value very much. So you can reach me. So my name again is André Silva, whenever you want, if you want to talk more about the Masters.
Right. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Arman. I work mainly in applied micro, so on a variety of topics from development, health, environment. So in the master, I teach the course on microeconometrics, and I'm also very happy to supervise students willing to work on the applied micro topics.
Hello, guys. Oops. I'm Vasco Santos. I'm actually not teaching in the Masters in Economics. I haven't done so for quite a few years. I'm more involved with the Masters in Business, where I teach strategy. But I'm an economist by training, and I do I/O, and I've supervised a few dissertations, not that many, in the Econ Masters. And I must say that the students were in most cases impressive in the quality of the work they did. And it's okay for me to say this because I was for teaching them. Some of them are working in London and other cities with consultants already that such, and they are happy with the work they are doing and happy when you got here. So I hope to see you soon here. Good luck. I hope you apply. I hope you get it. I hope I get you represent. Okay, thanks.
And I hope.
And if you have any questions, please, you can send me an email. The email is available on our homepage. In fact, you can also visit the site of the knowledge centers in general, right? And so I will be very happy to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And well, thank you very much. So I can stay wherever I'm placed, I guess. But maybe, I mean, we want to show the last slide where we'll find our contacts. So, well, I'll of course be available to answer your questions. But most important, you have the email for leadyourfuture@lsc.pt, where Raquel Brito and their team will be able to clarify any questions that you have, for example, on the admission process. So, well, thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you very much to our students and professors that were here to lend their testimony. And we look forward to welcoming you here in September. Thank you very much.